Good morning, dear students. Welcome to our physics class. Today we are going to take a new lesson, that is motion. In this module, let us learn motion, motion along a straight line, uniform and non-uniform motion, speed. At the end of this module, you are enabled to differentiate motion and rest, distance and displacement, and also comprehend the concept of uniform and non-uniform motion. In our everyday life, we see some object at rest and others in motion. We often perceive an object to be in motion when its position changes with the time. This is actually motion. So, what is the definition of motion? An object is said to be in motion when its position changes with the time. Most of the motions are complex. Some objects may move in a straight line, others may take a circular path. Some may rotate and few others may vibrate. And also, motion is relative. What is the meaning of this word? Motion is relative. A person is seated in a bus. He is at rest relative to the bus, but is traveling with respect to the ground at the same velocity as the bus. With respect to the bus, he is at rest, but with respect to the ground, he is in motion. So, motion is always related to other. Our next topic is describing motion. We describe the location of an object by specifying a reference point. Let us assume that a school in a village is 5 km north of the railway station. We have specified the position of the school with respect to the railway station. Here, railway station is our reference point. Describe the position of an object. We need to specify a reference point called the origin. Moving to our next topic, that is motion along a straight line. The simplest type of motion is the motion along a straight line. Consider the motion of an object moving along a straight path. The object starts its journey from O, which is treated as its reference point or origin. Suppose when a body starts its journey from its reference point O, now its position is at C. What is the distance covered by the object? Yes, it is the length of OC. What is the answer of this question? OC is equal to 25 kilometer. And then again it is continuing its journey. Now its position is at B. What is the distance covered by the object now? It is the length of OB, which is equal to 35 kilometer. Suppose the final position of our object is at A. So what is the distance covered by the object at A? It is the length of OA, that is equal to 60 kilometer. From this activity, we can arrive the definition of distance. So what is distance? Distance is the actual length of the path travelled by the object. There are certain quantities which are described by specifying only their numerical value. The numerical value of a physical quantity is its magnitude. Suppose somebody asking you how many kilometers from here to your home. You just say it is 5 kilometer. So this 5 kilometer is the magnitude of our distance. That means distance is a scalar quantity. What is a scalar quantity? A scalar quantity is defined as the physical quantity that has only magnitude. From this activity, we can arrive a definition of another term, that is displacement. So what is the definition of displacement? The shortest distance measured from the initial to the final position of an object is known as the displacement. Suppose our object traveling to west to east direction and reached at the point A. From there, the object changed its direction east to west. That is opposite of first one. After some times, it reaches at B. So, what is the distance traveled by the object? It is the sum of OA plus AB that shown in the figure. So, what is the value of distance? Which is equal to 85 kilometer. So, what is the displacement in this case? We know that displacement is the shortest distance between initial and final position. Now, our initial position is O and final position is B. So, what is the difference of O and B? Yeah, it is 35 kilometer. The object is continuing its journey from B to O and finally reaches at O. So, what is the distance in this case? This is the sum of OA plus AO. That is equal to 60 plus 60 is equal to 120 kilometer. This is the total distance covered by this journey. But what is the displacement in this case? We know that displacement is the shortest distance between initial and final position. So, our initial and final position meets here. That means the displacement is 0 in this case. If we describe the term displacement, we need both magnitude and direction. In the case of displacement, we must say about the direction of that body. That means displacement is a vector quantity. What is a vector quantity? A vector quantity is defined as the physical quantity that has both magnitude and direction. The value of distance cannot be 0, but the value of displacement can be 0. Over to the next topic, that is uniform and non-uniform motion. What is uniform motion? The object covers equal distances in equal intervals of time is said to be in uniform motion. That means when a bus covered 5 meter in first 3 seconds and another 5 meter in next 3 seconds, and again this process is continuing. So we can say this body is in uniform motion. So what is non-uniform motion? The objects cover unequal distances in equal intervals of time. For example, when a car is moving on a crowded street or a person is jogging in a park. That means the car traveled 5 meter in 3 seconds and 10 meter in another 3 seconds. And again 7 meter in another 3 seconds, like that. Then what is speed? You are familiar with this word speed. One of the way of measuring the rate of motion of an object is to find out the distance traveled by the object in unit time. This quantity is referred to as speed. What is the SI unit of speed? That is meter per second. It is represented by the symbol meter by second. The speed of an object need not to be constant. In most cases, object will be in non-uniform motion. Therefore, we describe the rate of motion of such object in terms of their average speed. The average speed of an object is obtained by dividing the total distance traveled by the total time taken. That is, average speed is equal to total distance traveled by total time taken. In an object travels a distance s in time t, then its speed v equal to s by t. In this module, we discussed motion, motion along a straight line, distance, displacement, uniform and non-uniform motion, speed. Hope you understood this topic. Please read your textbook thoroughly. Thank you.